I got the T. Ha ha, you know it. T, T, T. Today we are going to talk about Mariah Carey. I love Mariah Carey. I grew up on Mariah Carey, as a matter of fact. I was like, I guess 13 when she first started crooning. Always thought she was awesome, and she still is. I think she's very funny. I love seeing her cute little kids. But she broke up with her boyfriend, Brian. And I was really surprised. They've been together for a while. So today we're going to take a look at the cards and see, why did Mariah and Brian break up? Was there cheating? Was there a scandal? I don't know. Let's find out. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody who might like it too. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get your own personal private reading done, hit me up. I would love to give you a reading. My information is underneath this video. All the cards I'm getting ready to use are going to be at the top underneath this video. My Patreon is underneath this video. And anything else you need to know is underneath this video. Let's check it out. The first one is Mariah. Mariah. Go back like babies with pacifiers. Queen all set, no liar. Keep your fantasies hot like fire. Mariah got the 8 of Cups in the upright. My girl ready to move on. This look at the, you can see it all in the card. She's ready to move on. She's packing up and she's ready. Emotionally speaking, she looks still upset about it, and we're going to see more about that later. But yeah, she knows that this should be over. So we're going to see what happened, but it looks like she's like, yeah, it's time to end this. This is Brian. This is the Knight of Cups reversed. This is telling me, doesn't that guy look like Lucifer? Y'all know that show Lucifer? Doesn't that look like him? What is his name? Tom something? It looks just like him. But Brian got the card in the reverse like that. When a card comes up like this in reverse, it indicates insincerity. It indicates deception. It indicates cheating. It indicates possibly him liking men and women, which again, no shade, because I love women. They are my first love. I am the lesbian around here, the head lesbian in charge. But yeah, he was doing a lot of stuff behind her back. He was being deceptive. And look at this one. This is the outcome. The outcome card says they are definitely going to break up. Now, we're getting ready to see like how long that's going to take, but this relationship is over right now. Now, when a relationship is over and when people let it go are two different things. So we're getting ready to see that. But this shit is over. But it says that because of how they both feel about it, this card tells me that Mariah is still entertaining his messages. Like he may say a little something, something to her, and he ain't going to put a big effort into getting back together. But he might say a little something to her. He might send her a happy, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year text, something like that. But this one is telling me that she'll entertain him. She'll entertain what he has to say, but not for much longer. So this card says he's not even putting in a lot of effort. Look at him. He's not really putting forth much effort to get her to stop being upset about whatever she's upset about. He's like this. So it tells me that he's not really putting in the effort, even though he might say a little something. Ladies, this is like when your man do something. Ladies and gentlemen, this is when if you have a man, anybody who got a man, this is when your man does something and you're like, well, apologize, like make amends, do something. And they really don't. They just do the barest minimum, or they get on you about being upset about something that they did that they swear you shouldn't be upset about. But why would I not be upset about it? It's that kind of vibration coming from this card. So she'll let him in her ear a little something, something, but this is dead and stinking. Let me see. What do we have next? Oh, these are good. What do y'all see these? This is Mariah. So, yes, he was cheating. I gave y'all that. But that's not the whole story. Mariah is a little difficult to deal with. And they got the toxic card, but it's reversed. So when this toxic card here is reversed like that, it means that the person in question, this is Mariah, this is Bryan. So it means that the person in question is a little toxic. So she might be a little dramatic, a little bit of a diva, in relationships with a person. Like she might be a little over the top. She might not be the most cooperative person. Um, if her lover does something to her, she might lash out or be passive aggressive. She's probably not that great with like just sitting down and diplomatically communicating about things. She probably would lash out. So she has some toxic traits. And I'm not surprised at this, but I have never seen them in her. But I've also never studied Mariah, you know? But she does have some of those toxic traits that she could tweak in therapy. I feel like she's been hurt a lot because I remember she was with a man, her first husband, that really was very controlling. So I think Mariah's been through a lot. I really think that's what this is. And because of whatever the hell the poor child done been through, she has developed some very negative behavior patterns that I would love to see her fixed. He is envious of her. This is interesting. You can't screw me and be envious of me. But I've seen this time and time again. People whose lovers are jealous of them. And he was envious of her stardom. I mean, he was kind of starstruck by it. You know, who wouldn't be? Talking, he's a dancer and he's like 40 years old and she's 54. So this beautiful older cougar who's established and rich and famous, that song she did about Christmas is going to be playing for the rest of our lives, okay? She will always get paid off of that song, you know? Everybody wants to hear that song every Christmas, you know? So she's always going to be famous, and he was envious of her success and envious that he is not as successful. Now, that doesn't mean he'll never be, you know? Who knows? You know, sometimes a person blossoms late, but he's envious of her, and that's a problem. You cannot be with your lover and be envious of them because that'll lead you to do stupid stuff. The outcome is the seduction card, but it's reversed. This is a nice card too. Let me show it to you. Pretty, huh? So that means that his seduction is not going to work. I mean, she might entertain him. You know, she might see him a couple more times. She might let him talk to her, but it's not going to work. She's not coming back to him. You know, it could be, you know how you creep with your ex for a couple weeks or something like that, or you see him here and there. It could be something like that. But this is, like I said, it's dead. It's over. The breakup card. They are broke up and they're going to break up. This is it. You know, it might be a little bit that, you know, residual back and forth. And I see some fighting here too. So they might do some fighting. So this situation is pretty much over, but it may take a little bit more time before it's complete. Sometimes y'all know how it is. Sometimes it takes a bit because you really like the person, you really care about the person, you know, you're both hurt, you're both shattered, stuff like that. But they're going to end up leaving this alone. She's going to forgive, and he is shattered because remember I told you guys that he has some envy for her, but he's also a little in awe of her. So this comes as quite a blow to him because even though he wasn't doing the right thing in the relationship, he was thinking he would be able to maintain the relationship. He liked being with her, he liked being seen with her. So that does bother him. And remember, they have unfinished business. So that's why I said I feel like they're going to go back and forth for a bit. And you might even see this couple get back together, but they're going to break up again. I guarantee this. They do have feelings for each other. This came up over him. So they do have feelings for each other. I'm not saying that there are no feelings here. I'm just saying that they're not compatible and that he is not being faithful to her and she is a little toxic. So that's what I'm saying here. So their business is not finished. It's going to take a bit. There's going to be some more fighting. There's going to be some more back and forth, and then it's going to be over. It says here that they could really benefit from communication. This is a couple that should have really went to therapy. That may or may not help. A lot of you know when you go to therapy, sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. It mostly depends on if both people are honest with themselves and the therapist. And there are feelings here between the two of them. So mostly coming from his side though. But again, remember, his feelings are self-serving. So he's cheating on the poor child, you know, and he's upset about them breaking up, but he's not upset because of her. He's upset because he likes looking good with her, you know. So if they had better communication and if they had, you know, went to therapy or something, they might have been able to work it out. But there's a lot of problems here. There's a lot of layers to these problems. So, like I said, you're going to see these two do a little cameo, and sometimes that is private. Sometimes a person will creep with somebody in private, so we might not see it. I know I wouldn't. You wouldn't make me look like Boo Boo the Fool. Once I said we broke up, we broke up. That's it. But I've gone back to people too. So they may do another cameo, but eventually it's going to be over. And we can see it right here. She's still listening. I told you guys, she's still taking the messages. She's still listening to his Gerby Gerb. As you can see right here, she's listening to the songs he gave her and stuff like that. So she's not done, unfinished business. He talking about she my soulmate. No, she's not your soulmate, but that's the Gerby Gerb he's going to kick to her. I promise you. I promise you he's going to kick something along those lines. But it's not true. And the outcome, let me go. So eventually, after they finish playing this little game, it's gonna be over for good. They're going to let each other go. In his right form, she thinks that he's so beautiful, and I feel like he thinks the same thing about her. She likes to spoil him. I see her being a very generous in that kind of way. Even though she got some toxic traits, she's generous with him. It's not all bad times. No relationship is all bad times. So it looks to me like, he's gorgeous to her and she loves being, with him and attached to him, but she doesn't like some of the behaviors. And likewise, she likes to spoil him and things like that. But at the same time, again, those behaviors, they both have behaviors that the other one does not like. And that's going to lead to them saying their final goodbyes. Just not yet. Just not quite yet. And this is why I said that it's possible that they will reunite either publicly or privately. I feel like there will still be some type of sex going on with these two. That may still be going on right now. So you see how this is going on? The reunite card right here is telling us that this card this card is telling us that this couple may talk or hook up some more before it's over. There may be some sex going on in here. This card is baby making sex. So you either get pregnant from this sex or it's makeup sex. It's some intense sex. Put it like that. I love how it says reproducing offspring Nick Cannon style, and Nick Cannon was her ex. That is hysterical. That is hysterical. So we can expect to see this kind of vibration between the two of them, and then when it's finally said, done, and over with, it's going to be a wrap because Mariah is the track star. She gonna run away. It says here she has trust issues. She's been hurt in the past. I told y'all, healing. She's still healing from the past. She's not even fully healed from the other stuff that she went through with Nick and the person that was before Nick. So, and probably some others too. Who knows how far back this goes? Most of the time it goes back to childhood. So eventually, like I said, they're going to play around a little bit more publicly and privately. And then she's going to run away again. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it at that point, because the bottom line is that these two, the cards were telling me that these two are not compatible. They have a lot of differences that are problematic. They have a lot of good things, like I said before too, that the feelings that they have, some of that stuff is good. But that kind of stuff, as we all know, can get tarnished and it can get tainted. How many of you have fallen in love with somebody only to hate them 6 months, a year, 2 years later because they keep doing stuff to you and you might still care about them? There's people that I've been with that have done things to me and I still care about them, but I left them alone and stay far away from them because it's obvious to me that they can't be trusted. That's what's going to happen here. She's going to try again. He's going to try again. And then they're going to call it quits. So if I was her, I would get some counseling. Because the thing about it is that under this vibration, if she keeps on without healing the past, she's going to keep on attracting men who are not the right one. I see this in my own life. I see this in other people's lives. My therapist talks about it. I've seen it in books. I've seen it in the law of attraction. I've seen it in magic. If you do not heal your vibration, and this could be true for any of you that's listening, if you don't heal your vibration, you will keep attracting to you the same broken person in a different body over and over again. It's your vibration that's attracting them, and you're going to keep attracting that energy, and it's going to break you. In a lot of cases, it will eventually break you because just like with Mariah, all this hurt, all this pain is weighing on her. It's going to be, and it has created trust issues. It makes her run away, all those kind of things. It makes her kind of toxic, we saw earlier. That's what happens to us as human beings when we don't heal things. So if I was her, I would heal this. And him, that's crazy. He got too much going on. You cheating, but you in awe, but you upset, but you don't want to put in the effort. He got too much going on. So in my personal opinion, that's flaky energy. That's very, very flaky energy. And so it just sounds like to me that he wants to be with her because of who she is. And she is attractive. She's beautiful. But I don't think that this is really the situation that he wants. That's what I'm getting from it. I don't get that he is stepping up to the plate and making the effort and those kind of things. You just want to run around, you're Mariah's boyfriend. Okay, that's all fine and well, but it's like you can't be envious of the person that you're with, and you can't be cheating on the person that you're with, and you got to put more effort into it and not just sit back and get spoiled and serve sex to the person that you're with. And if he thinks that's going to fly, he going to have many more breakups. He's 40 years old. He's going to have many more breakups underneath his belt. So let me know, guys. Let me know if y'all see these two creeping or if they get back together, because that's the overwhelming possibility, at least for a time. So I wouldn't know if y'all see anything, because you know how the paparazzi always catch a snapshot of somebody creeping out somebody's house. If y'all hear about it, let me know. All right, guys, listen. Right now on your screen should be some other videos that I would love for you to check out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. All of the decks that I just used will be underneath this video. And you please come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.